All right, welcome everybody to another edition of Dollar Bin Finds. This is the extra Dollar Bin article that I do where I actually show off the books that I've been picking up every week from those dollar bins and cheap boxes around my area. So hopefully you like what I've got going on here. Please like, subscribe, hit that alert button for my channel. Check out the article over on comicbookinvest.com as it's there every week on Mondays, as well as the other Dollar Bin digging article on Fridays. And just hang on for a minute and we'll be right back with the stack of books that I got. All right, as I said, these are the books that I've been picking up from the shops and spots in my area where I can find my cheap books. I've stacked them out again into little subcategories to kind of make things easy. And for the most part, these are my dollar bin books for the week. There's a few in here that were a little bit more than $1. I'll get to that when I get to that bit of the stack. But for now, let's just start it off with classic cartoons. I'm a big fan of classic cartoons, and anytime I see comics related to them, whether it be Sectars, Transformers, G.I. Joes, whatever it may be, I'm usually scooping them up because I just want them. You know, I don't know. Brings me back. So just some random stuff here that I got this week. I grabbed, what is this, issue 3 of Mask. Yeah, Mobile Armored, what is it? Mobile Armored something, Secret Command. I can't remember exactly what Mask stands for, but anytime I find Mask comics, I usually buy them. So I grabbed a number 3 and I grabbed a number 9 from 2 different places, actually. Just again, when I see them, they catch my eye, and I just put them aside. And as long as I'm buying something, then I'm buying these. I won't just go to the front just buying like this by itself. That's just kind of weird to me. So I got to make sure that while I'm flipping through the boxes, that I'm going to see enough there to at least grab a small stack of like 10 bucks or something, just to make it worth my while, because otherwise I'll just leave it there for the next time with the next person. But one I was kind of happy to find, because I don't see these too often, was number 1 for Centurions. Yeah, this does all right on its own. I remember this toy line. I've been looking forward to kind of doing this toy video eventually once I get back to doing toy videos, and was happy to find the Centurions comic book. But my biggest score from hitting the dollar bins came in the form of Gargoyles. Now, that doesn't go back to the 80s like those previous books that I just shared. These are more 90s, but it still was a pretty good cartoon and interesting toys. And they're actually bringing the toy lines back, so I'd keep an eye out for those too because they look fantastic. But these comics are kind of tough to find, and especially in Newsstand, and that's what I got here. So I got issue 3 Newsstand. Again, you can see barcode down below, pretty easy to identify. And then issue 4 is one where it gets a little more interesting, because look at that. It's a little purple box for the barcode for the Newsstand for issue 4. So that kind of stood out. I think this is the one that I first saw that kind of caught my eye. I was like, ooh, what is this? And then issue 7, which again, this might fool you and think that it is a direct edition because you see some words above the Newsstand barcode, but it actually says still only $1.50. It's not actually a direct edition. It's a little note, I guess, for books on the Newsstand. So that was issue 7. And then the gem of the pile is the final issue, issue 11, which is impossible to find and pretty pricey on the aftermarket. This issue 11, last of the series, Newsstand, pretty decent shape. There's a couple of ticks down the side, so I'm not going to get this graded or anything, but definitely happy to find this because, I mean, some people are asking over $100 for that book. Crazy, and not easy to find. And then I got a random Transformers here. This is look, the Return of Circuit Breaker. So yeah, I see these books. I just kind of want them. Try to build out sets and build out runs just for my own personal collection. And sometimes you find little treats like those Gargoyles Newsstands that make the digging worthwhile. I could make a few bucks if I wanted to sell those, but I just want them for me. So they're just staying in my pile. Which is going to take us over to our artists. If you've been watching these, you know I always have a small stack of books that I just get just for the cover art alone and for cover artists that I like. So here we go again, and you're going to see some more familiar faces and familiar names because I'm a creature of habit and I buy a lot of the same things and the same artists. So when I see Michael Turner, even though I have this Gear Station 1 a few times over, I just always put it in the pile just because I like it. It's pretty cool art too, just for this cover, and it's Michael Turner. I like Turner. I will also grab the occasional Perillo cover too. The bag is kind of warped on this, but the book underneath is pretty good, in good shape. So this Vampirilla and Red Sonja, I had to grab for $1. Just like I'm grabbing Jim Lee Skyrunner 1. Now there's another Jim Lee cover for this Skyrunner 1 that's a little harder to find. I haven't come across that one in dollar bins yet, but I have seen this one a couple of times. And then I got another Jim Lee here with DV8 number 1. I think there were 8 variant covers from a few different artists, and this was Jim Lee's cover for DV8, which I think they were like the I don't want to say villainous, but more like the bad crew from Gen 13, like another group of teenagers that I guess were a little tougher, a little meaner. I don't know, but Jim Lee cover, I had to grab it. Didn't have this one in my collection, so I'm happy I found it for $1. And then finally, I found another Adam Hughes. This is Serenity, number 3. I like Adam Hughes, so I grab any Hughes that I find for $1 or less. Just, again, not sure if I have this one or not. I don't think I do, but Serenity Better Days, final issue 3 of 3. I figured I'd scoop it up because I'm a big fan of Serenity, Firefly, as well as Adam Hughes, so the two things meet, and they got my $1. What can I say? Now, my next pile is going to get into something I hit up on my regular dollar bin article this past Friday, and that is some like wild speculation. I don't want to say wild, but just this is baseless. I have nothing to base this on except my own instincts, things I hear outside and online, and listening to other people. I'm like, you know what, that does make a lot of sense. I was thinking the same thing, so I'm looking forward to what we may be getting with Secret Invasion. So I grabbed a huge stack of Secret Warriors books this past week. Now, most of these I did buy for $1. A few of them I did pay a couple of bucks for because I was filling out the run. I was filling out the collection. I can't remember entirely which books were which. Some were $1, but again, I didn't pay more than like $3 for anything in here. So it's basically cover price or less, but most of them were $1. But I basically got the whole run from some issue 1s, and I got a issue 1 second print, which was kind of cool. Issue 2 I talked about in Dollar Bin Digging on Friday. Madam Hydra, first appearance. Then we've got 3, missing 4, so I got to get 4, 3. And then I got 5 here. Issue 6, which is that reveal of Valentina Allegra DeFontaine. Now I got the name right. I was saying it wrong in the last video. That reveal was in here of her being Madam Hydra in issue 6. And 7. I'm not going to show you the whole stack. 8. I got 8 and 9. Number 9 here is a variant edition, so I think this might be a 1 in 10, so that was kind of a nice find. Issue 10. 11 is the one that I actually highlighted in Dollar Bin Digging because I liked it for the first appearance of Leviathan in this issue. I think it could tie in. As I explained in that other video, if you want to know more, go check out my other Dollar Bin Digging article. I think it's number 138. And we got 14, 15, 16. Basically, again, I got the whole run except for issue 4. And it goes all the way through. I got up to 27, so I still need 28. So I got almost the entire run this past week for $1 or a couple of bucks more in some cases. Because like I said, I had to hit up another shop, and they weren't in the dollar bins, but they had them in the back issue pile. But they were only, like I said, marked like $3 or $3.50 for a couple of them. And I just wanted to fill out the run. But also related to that stuff, I did find some other little oddities to kind of highlight too. So this Secret Invasion. Who do you trust one shot? But this is a Wizard variant. This is a special edition. I think this was maybe handed out as at Wizard World. I don't know which one, but this is a Wizard World edition. You can see the back is completely blank white. And the regular issue of this doesn't do all that much, and even this doesn't sell for all too much either. But still, it's kind of an interesting book and an interesting find to me. And the Skrull Queen. In issue 40 here of New Avengers. As I said, keep an eye out for this because you can scoop them up sometimes. And Mighty Avengers 13 is another one. That second print of this book is tough to find, but you can still find the regular cover occasionally. And this is the first appearance of the Secret Warriors team. So, as I said, I was buying all those other books. I figured I'd tie the loose ends up and grab that as well for $1. And that also does pretty well. I think it's like $15 to $20 book in a lot of cases, depending on the condition. This was not bad. I don't see any bad ticks or anything on it. It's not a 9.8, of course, but hey, when you're digging in dollar bins, you take what you can get. And then we're just going to move on to the rest of the randomness that I got in the pile here. And just some books that I grab based on pure instinct, memory, and whatever just catches my eye. Been trying to grab these Worlds Collide, these milestone crossovers, and it's hard to find the static books. So finding a static was nice, because I think I just need the other static book to kind of finish that run out. I know I've brought this one up. I think I found one last week. This is another Fantastic Four 15. First Valeria Richards. I grab them every time I see them. And even now, I think that's 15 to 20 bucks, but I think that'll be much more if we finally get her into something. Occasionally grab this. I also like the newsstand that has the red that doesn't have the foil up the side here. This is the first M. Monet. She's a character. She was pretty good in the X Factor when there was like a detective agency. I think that would actually make for a pretty good Disney Plus series if they did X Factor when they were private detectives. I think that was a pretty good run by Peter David, and I think that would be definitely something interesting to do for in a show. Like a show format would be perfect for that, personally. And she had a part in that, and that's her first appearance in Uncanny. Was that 316? Yeah, Uncanny 316. 352. I think we got that first little cameo of Mr. Mobius from the Time Variance Authority in here. So for $1, I'm grabbing another one. Just like for $1, I'm grabbing a random, Arana. She ends up being Spider-Girl, the newer Spider-Girl. I think we might see something. Her first issue does pretty well, and then she got this little solo series here, which I think is kind of interesting. Just random books. It's issue 7. There's nothing terribly important that happens in this book, but this entire run's kind of tough to find. So anytime I see them in a dollar bin, I just grab them to see if I can build out an entire set, or sometimes if things hit, that's going to be something that people go out and look for. I mean, you look at all the Kate Bishop Hawkeye issues, like almost all of them now are worth a few bucks. Like you can't find them in dollar bins as easily anymore, where they were for a while. Now you're looking $5 to $10 for individual issues. Same thing with Riri Williams books. So just to kind of get ahead of the game, interesting characters. You see they're hard to find series. Just pick up the books for $1 and then worry about the rest later. This caught my eye because of the obvious issues that everybody has with Pepe Le Pew, and then which in turn caused comic books that he was on to jump up. So I saw this Looney Tunes 197, and I saw Pepe looking at me, and I was like, I don't know if this does anything, but let me grab it anyway for $1. I come bring it home. I find this is a $50 to $80 book. I'm like, okay, so I guess people are interested in Pepe Le Pew still. Same with issue 200. I just saw him on the cover and figured I would scoop that up. This one doesn't do as well as the other one, but again, for $1, I wasn't leaving it behind. Randomness, right? This I found in there. It's just a early Daniel Way Deadpool, which does all right on its own. That's issue 5, but then along with it, there is issue 6. But issue 6 there is a newsstand, which I don't find too many Deadpool newsstands in my hunts. So 1997, this isn't easy to find. I think this is a $20, $25 book because it's a newsstand. People collect those now. So that's the kind of thing to keep an eye out for. You see that barcode on a book like this, and scoop it up. Just like I have been actively looking for any newsstands for those early Image books, just because I kind of like it. I kind of want them. So when I saw Savage Dragon 1 and I saw that barcode, I was like, $1, I'm bringing this home. It's a newsstand. This one doesn't sell for all that much, but like I said, I just kind of want it for myself. It's not all about what things sell for all the time. Sometimes things are just kind of tough to find, and they command a premium online for a reason, because they're tough to find. So if you luck into something like that, grab it for yourself, because that's the most important thing. Get these books for yourself. I've talked about this weird little book somewhere before. This Wu-Tang from this wizard. Just a little preview kind of edition connecting the Wu-Tang Clan and comics. So it was kind of interesting. I found it in the box, so I was scooping it up because I buy weird things like that. Just like Silver Age classic reprints of first appearance of Justice League there and Brave and the Bold. I don't know. I see it. $1. I'm getting the reprints. It's pretty good shape, so scoop it up. Just like I'm going to go and grab this sealed Wendy's Wonder Woman Superman comic. I think this is a giveaway for kids meal, as it says there. And this one's still nicely sealed in the bag. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape for all intents and purposes. So for $1, yeah, I was taking this home. Kind of weird, kind of cool. I know Taco Bell had books at some point back in the day and whatnot. I just like weird stuff like at Sleepy's, the Sleepy's book. Like, I mean, mattress place. Why does a mattress store have comics? But hey, that's what makes things interesting. And then this final book I grabbed, nobody remembers this TV show anymore, but Heroes. This issue 2 is an exclusive NBC giveaway edition. And for $1, I was getting it. I mean, you can look, there's a sticker on this somebody had. It's got an $80 sticker on it. Now, this is not an $80 book, but I guess it was at one time maybe. But I found it for $1, and I thought it was kind of cool. It's definitely not easy to find. Pretty cool Tim Sale cover. Like I said, it's got that nice little foil on the cover, the NBC giveaway, and it's in pretty good shape. It's a nice tight, tight spine, no ticks down the side of it. It's a cardstock cover, so it's pretty tough. So it's a good condition too. So for $1, I wasn't leaving that behind. And that's the randomness that I bought this week. Hopefully you find some of that stuff kind of interesting and give me some ideas of things to look out for when you're out there digging, because I'm sure plenty of people have passed by those Gargoyles books on their own. Because Gargoyles comics, to get back to those, I grab those no matter what, newsstand or not. It's just the newsstands are just harder to find. So that's just an extra lucky find. But grab the regular books as they are, because, again, that's a tough series to find. There's only 11 issues. Any of those cartoon properties I'm a fan of, and they seem to be gathering more fans as nostalgia is kicking into high gear these days with people my age and a little bit younger. And, yeah, just another thing to look out for. So with that all being said, hopefully you like what I'm doing here. Please like, subscribe, hit that alert button so you don't miss any of the content that I've got dropping basically every day now on my channel, some of which I just do myself, some I do with some of my friends, and I'm just having a good time, and hopefully you're enjoying it as well. Please let me know what you think in the comments section. Make any suggestions. Tell me what you'd like to see, what you'd like me to do better. Am I talking too fast? Am I talking too slow? Am I mumbling? I don't know. Spend more time on the books. Talk less about prices. Whatever suggestions you might have, I'm open to it. So please let me know what you want to see, and I'll see you guys next time.